Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, going to go over the trades that you could have taken today, as well as the game plan going into tomorrow. So, this is what we looked like off of open. As you guys know, yesterday, told you guys market's bullish, and we're just focused on the long side. So, if we go here in the 30-minute, obviously the put side doesn't really tell us much. Call side tells us that we're bullish. Why? 10's above the 50 SMA on the 30-minute on the 600 calls. That means the market's bullish. Our main focus is on the upside. So, if we go to the 0DT chart, there was no opportunity for longs today. If we look here on the call side real quick, this is how the 0DT chart opened. On the call side, you can see right off of open, we ended up just smashing below this 50 SMA on the 0DT chart, and there was no trade. As you guys can see, we never got a call across, and there was no opportunity to go long. When we flip to the put side now, I actually did try some short, and the reason behind it was because if we look right here, okay, the puts ended up crossing right here, 10 went above the 50. And then the 50 finally curled. I entered literally like right at the 50 SMA at like 0.90 on these contracts is when I went short. And the reason I did like take this was just because that there was still a decent gap on the 30 minutes. So if we flip to the call side real quick, you can see there's a decent gap to the 30-minute 50, so good amount of room where this could still drop to before it actually bounces. So that's why I did take a stab at this. This was a super light position, and I literally got out at break even. It was like a 3-point loss, so pretty much break even at that point. You know, I was gonna shoot for like 50 points, but obviously that didn't end up playing out. So I ended up cutting this right on this candle right here. This candle right here. It started to break below. The 50 was curling down a little bit, and you know it was just super choppy in this area too. So I just cut it. It was very small loss. I just wanted to give it a go. Maybe we could have got a dump out of it. Chart looked good. I mean, 10 went above the 50. 50's curling up. 50 was sloped up, and then right here obviously was the point where I'm like, it doesn't really look that good, so I'm just gonna cut it. I mean, NQ was weaker in general, so again, it was a 3-point loss. It's super small. Our winners are always 50 plus, so not worried about that at all. And then we finally got this negative cross right here. I told you guys in yesterday's video, if we do get that negative cross on puts, that's a good opportunity, good trade to take. But with us being so late in the day and with how that action was today, I did take this. I mean, there was really no point for me to take a stab at this. NQ barely moved. It might have pumped like 15-20 points at most. But with how we were moving today, again, I just wasn't interested in trading this because it was like 3 o'clock once this went negative. So for me, choppy day, and it's the last hour of the day. I'm not really expecting anything, crazy, so I just decided to call it, take the 3-point loss, and that was that. So that's pretty much how you would have read these charts today. Like, we know the market's bullish, but with how the gap, the 30-minute chart looked, there was still a gap, and that's when I'm open to taking like a put cross against the trend, like a 0DT cross in the opposing direction of the trend, just because there's still room to drop, and there's still a possibility where we could get a solid move out of it. And again, these types of trades I go lighter because it's against the main trend. So even if we do take a loss, it's gonna be on lighter size. And like today, I mean, 3-point loss, that's literally nothing. And that's on light size, so pretty much break-even trade. Not too worried about that. But yeah, 0DT chart, that was like the entry that I took. That was like the only entry that was given. Maybe you actually could have caught this move right here. I'm not really sure what the chart looked like on this candle, but I mean, hey, 0.94 all the way up to 172. So I mean, I didn't see the chart at this time. I wasn't on it. But if you did take this, that probably ended up paying out in your favor. I don't even know. So what is that, 135? Let me pull up the NQ chart real quick. I don't know what NQ looked like. Just not the right. We are nowhere near the right time frame here. So if we look here, 1335, where was that at? See, what did this give on NQ? I mean, if you enter this on like the open, so this ended up closing at like what? Let me pull up the 1 minute. Actually, this is taking way too long. I don't know what I'm doing, but 1335. So if we look here, going on this candle, 35. So we were around like what, 25, 425. Okay, that actually gave, like, depending on your entry, a solid move. That probably gave like almost 50 points depending on the entry, like I said. But that actually ended up working. So unfortunately I wasn't able to catch that, but again, if you didn't take it, that's all good. It was against the trend. It's always best to trade with the trend. If we go back here, let me pull up the 30-minute. So going into tomorrow, obviously we're still bullish. 10's above the 50 on the call side. The 50 sloped up. You know, still a bullish market. Doesn't mean we can't drop, but obviously I favor more so the upside than downside. If you look at the 1 hour, 1 hour just crossed today. 50's up. Flip to the 2 hour. Same thing. I mean, we just crossed on the 2 hour. 50's up. We're right at the 10. It's a good looking chart. If we go to the 4, what do we look like? Okay, like the 4 hour doesn't really tell us much because there's still a gap between these SMAs, pretty large gap. It's the 4 hour time frame, and the 50's curling down. So again, not really telling us much, but we did break over it, which is, you know, a good thing. There's really no resistance in the way. It's kind of just waiting for that 0DT cross on calls tomorrow. That's pretty much the game plan. So if we do get the 0DT call cross, that's going to be the trade you want to look for. And if we get it, that's like the A+ setup for tomorrow. 0DT cross on calls is the A++++ setup. If we get it, be on the lookout for that. And then if the market does drop tomorrow, again, I'm probably not gonna be taking the put cross, because at that point we'll probably be near this 30-minute 50. And the best thing to do is, if we are crossing on puts near this 50 SMA, you know, either you could try to buy this dip at the 50, or you wait for the puts to go negative and go long off of that. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably just going to wait for the chart to go negative, because, you know, it just gives extra confirmation on the trade. But yeah, that's the game plan for tomorrow. It's pretty simple. So call across 0DT, call across that A+ setup. That's like the setup you want to be looking for tomorrow. If we get it, slam it. If we get the negative cross and puts, slam it. Those are the two setups that I'm going to be looking for tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much the game plan for tomorrow. I also took Apple today, and we ended up taking a loss on this. So if we look here on Apple, I'm going to pull it up real quick for you. But if we go here, long swings, NVIDIA, you guys know I sold that. That thing ended up flying today, which is unfortunate, but you know, is what it is. If we flip here on Apple, this is why I took it. I mean, it was pretty simple. You can see 30-minute charts trending. We were holding this 50 SMA time and time again. I ended up buying this 50 somewhere down here. Yeah, so we bought the 50. I bought the 50 down here, and you guys can see it pretty much, you know, we didn't lose much on this. I think it was like 10% with a theta, because I did grab the 210s, but you can see we ended up grabbing this 50 dip. That's where I alerted it at, and it gave a good bounce. I mean, nothing crazy though on the contracts. I had probably like 20-25%. Obviously I was looking for upside continuation, but we did have some resistance overhead. We had this 2 hour 50 you could see we ended up rejecting off of, but again, you know, it was a low risk entry, so that's why I did take it. Is what it is. You know, you're not going to win every trade, but these are just such low risk entries, you know, like taking like a 10-15% loss when the potential is like a lot higher. Like this daily 50 would be the target, so like that's like 200%. You know, that's why I did take the opportunity. Again, you know, these charts give really low risk entries, because you know exactly what the make or break point is. It's that 30-minute 50, and I cut it once it started breaking it on this candle right here. That's when we started to cut it. So I didn't wait for the whole candle closure. I just cut it once it started, you know, breaking, because the 10, the 50 were getting close together, and usually once the 10 and 50 start like pinching, pretty much, that's kind of how I view it. Once it starts getting really tight and we're already breaking below the 50, that's usually when I just call it and cut it. So that's what we did today. That's the game plan for tomorrow. If you guys enjoyed, drop a sub. If you guys want to learn, join the Discord down below. It's where all the trades are shared, all the knowledge on the systems in there. So yeah, the place to be if you want to learn. That's all I got. I'm out. Peace.